Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I gotta say, something I really love about playing on this Retroid Pocket, you can tell by the white line, is it allows me to play old games from my childhood, like this one, Wizardry. This was actually a game that I played on our Apple II computer back in the early 90s, and although there might be an Apple II emulator for the Retroid, I found this version for the Super NES, and I thought, you know, this might actually be a little easier because it's not requiring a keyboard. It's just going to be mapped for normal controls. And I want to show off, I've actually been playing this for a little bit, and I wanted to show off the main game, and then I want to do something I haven't done since I was a teenager, I guess. Let's start. So this is the Super NES version is a Japanese release, and I don't know if that means that this is a mod or a hack where they've put English into it, or if the original cartridge had an English option. I had to go in initially, change everything from Japanese to English, but now I can play it, and it's really great to go back to these old memories. I'll fire up the Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, because that was the game I originally played. So we're going to start. The options are down here where you could change your language selection, but let's just start off. And I'm at Gilgamesh's Tavern. I haven't been here in a long time. I mean, sure, I've been playing recently, but like up till I got this Retroid, I have not been to this place in decades. What do we do at Gilgamesh's Tavern? Well, we want to add to our party, and I've already created some characters. They start off with just generic names, so you're going to look at this list of characters and go, why are they so weird? But let's add our party. I've got my fighters, I've got my mages. You'll see I had a priest, but he's dead. And he's just priest number 1, thief number 1, mages 1 and 2. I decided to, well, when the priest died, I had to go back and create a new priest, so I did, and I called him Pew, which I thought was a neat combination of a spellcaster name and also somebody who, in a church, would be near a pew. So let's, okay, we've got our high-level characters here. Let's put the tough guys up front. So I got Grunt 1, and then Burly, these are fighters. Then I'll put Fighter 2, who is from the original party. Then after that, so this is our marching order. We got our 3 fighter guys in front, and then I usually put the priest next. This guy's dead, so we'll not worry about him. Then our thief. And I had 2 mages, but I've only got a maximum of 6 characters I can play with, so I put the mage in the last spot. And now my party is assembled. You can see we've got our armor class, our hit points, our class, and if we want, we can inspect each of these guys. Like if I go down here and inspect, I don't know, let's go with Grunt, for example, Grunt 1. There's his stats, all very Dungeons & Dragons-esque. We've got his status, his age. My God, he's only 15. You know, when I first played this game, I was probably about 15, and I thought, yeah, I could totally be a warrior going out there among the trees in the forest, fighting giants and stuff. And now I just look at this and go, oh my God, a 15-year-old, really? Whatever. Wearing some chainmail, got a large shield and a sword and a helm. And you can do that with all of the different characters. Let's go out of here. Now, we can go to the Adventurer's Inn, where we can rest up, get our spell enhancements back, or we can go up levels. None of these guys are going up levels anytime soon, because I've done that already. The Trading Post, I can buy and sell items. Temple of Kent means I could resurrect that dead priest, but it costs a bit of money, and to be honest, Pew, down the list there, he's level 6, so I don't really need the old one back. So let's go to the edge of town. From here, we can do a variety of things, one of which I'm going to do later, but the training grounds is where you can create your characters, so that's how I made Pew and Grunt and Burly when my previous generically named characters died. But the big thing is, let's go into the maze. We are entering the Proving Grounds of the Overlord. Now, before we start, what I could do is inspect my characters, or you know what, I'm going to reorder them because their hit points are not in the right sort of... Let's reorder. Let's put... Since Burly has more hit points, let's put him first, then Fighter 2 from the original bunch, then we'll put Grunt 1, and then Pew and the Thief, and the Mage will automatically go in the last spot. Alright, now we can leave. There are some stairs going up. We just came down them, so no, we don't want to take them. And here we are. We are in the maze, and it's all dark and scary. Woo. I'm using the D-pad. Oh, end of the hall. So there we go. There's a room. But you know what? I'm not going to bother with that because I'm going to show you, for brevity's sake, much more interesting rooms than that one. Nope, we're not going in there. So let's go down the hall. I have walked these halls as a kid, and now to be able to do them again, this is a really great experience. I'm loving the Retroid. We could go down there, but my interest is actually through this door. If we go forward or to the left, now there's a big open room here, but I'm gonna just not even worry about that. I'm actually gonna go down this hallway, moving forward. Yes, there's a room there, but we'll get to that later. I want to actually go down to where it's a little more challenging, because this is the first level of the 4-level maze, and my characters are high enough level now. Nothing on this level really challenges me anymore. So let's go down this ladder to the 2nd floor. Yes. Okay, here we are on the 2nd floor. This is also kind of easy, but I'm going to take you to the 3rd floor, and then I'm going to chicken out. So we are now on the 3rd floor, or 2nd floor. Tell you what, let's cast a spell for some light, because I can't see where it's being. So, gonna go and inspect my characters. Pew, the priest, has the spell that does the light. So I click on him, I click again, and I can go to his spell list, also his items, his equipment, etc. But we want to cast a spell. And as you can see, they've got them divvied up. These are all the different spells that Pew knows. These 2nd level spells are not applicable in this situation, so they're kind of grayed out. I could cast these ones. The one I want to get to, though, is Llylgamyn. Why? And you'd probably want to check like online for what all the spells name. This game does not hold your hand. It doesn't tell you what anything is. So I only remember Dios. Oops, hang on. Dios is giving some people some hit points back. Milwa is light, but it's a very short-term lasting light spell. What I want to do is go over here and cast Low Milwa, which actually gives me practically permanent light. So let's cast that. And now, if I get out of here, we can see. Look at that. There's the stairs, or the ladder we came down. And now we can see a lot better. This is the way to play. And it is incredible to be in here. My God, I have not been in here since the 80s. That's great. Now, we've got an encounter, and we surprised them. We have three priests that we have surprised, so we get to go first. Just like Dungeons & Dragons kind of rules. So we will have Burley fight a priest. We will have Fighter 2 fight a priest. We will have Grunt 1 fight a priest. Pew won't do anything. He can't cast a spell because we get initiative, or we surprise them, and I think it wouldn't be very fair to be able to cast a spell right away. I can't really dispel them because they are not undead. And that's another Dungeons & Dragons thing. Priests can dispel the undead, but that doesn't apply here, so instead I'll just have Pew parry any attacks that might come his way. The thief can hide, so we'll do that. And the mage, he's really not much use if he can't cast a spell, so we'll just have him parry. And here we go. Let's fight. Priest is dead. Priest is dead. And the thief is hiding, and the priest is dead. There we go. That was a random encounter, and we got some experience. And we even got some gold. Excellent. I like it. Now, as I was going to say, before we were interrupted by our random encounter, if I get the mage on, inspect him, he's got a spell that's actually kind of handy down here. Get his spell book out. The spell we want is Doomapick. And what Doomapick does, if I cast it, it brings up a map. This will be grayed out in areas that I haven't encountered yet. I am the red arrow in the center, and if you kind of look about 5 squares to the right from the red arrow, you can see that hallway just kind of, it goes into blue. That means I haven't explored there yet. So that will be filled out as I go through this adventure. So this is a very handy spell to have. I can figure out where I am. What I want to do is, let me just think here. Okay, let's fight something, and then I'm going to go, you see in the upper right corner, there's that spiraling maze-like thing. That's where I want to go because there's a downward arrow. That'll lead us to the 3rd floor, which I ain't staying around it, but I just want to show it off here. Instead, let's turn around and go back here. So I'm going to actually turn around. And I think it was in here. Yeah, there was a room over here. Let me just show you what a typical room. You walk in and you fight something. Oh, nobody in the party can break down the door, so we get kicked back. Okay, my mistake. Let's go down here. No, I thought there was a room I could show you. A random encounter. Oh, maybe it's down here. Is that the end of the hall? Yes, it is. Okay, if we go over here, is this one? Yes, okay, this has got a typical adventure. This is a typical scenario. You walk in, there's some bad guys you gotta fight. So, this is not a case of we won the initiative and we surprised them. This is a standard bit of combat. They may swing back. Being that these are priests, they might actually cast a spell on one of us, so watch out. But let's have Burley fight a priest. Fighter 2, fight a priest. Grunt 1, fight a priest. Pew could cast a spell here. I have a feeling we're going to be very successful here, so I'm just going to have him parry. The thief is going to hide. And just to show you, we'll get the mage to cast a spell. We'll have him cast... Not system update. Sorry, that's the downside of playing on this Retroid Pocket. I get prompted every once in a while for the system update. And I don't want to upgrade the machine because that apparently messes up a lot of the emulators, and there is a way to turn that notification off, but it requires a registry hack, so for now, ignore that notification. Anyway, back to the game. I'm going to cast Catino, which is going to make them fall asleep. So let's fight. Priest is killed. Priest is killed. Ooh, Grunt takes some damage. Priest flees, thief is hiding, and one of the priests is fallen asleep by the mage. Now, that's nice and easy. It means we'll just be able to kill these guys. There's only one priest left, so Burley, fight. Fighter 2, fight. Grunt 1, fight. Pew, it looks as though, oh, who was it now? Was it Burley? No, it was Grunt 1, I think. Took some damage. So I'm going to cast Dios, oops, wait a minute, Dios, which will give some hit points back. Gonna give him to Grunt 1 because he took some damage there. And the thief now can jump out of his hiding spot and ambush. And this guy ain't gonna last, so you know what? We'll just have the mage parry. Fight! Ah, hit points back. And the priest ran away. Well, there you go. Got some experience points. Ah, now there's a chest. What we could do is have the thief inspect the chest, or because Pew has a spell for exactly the same purpose and it's 100% successful every time, why don't we have Pew cast Calfo, which is a spell to basically look for any traps. So we'll get him to cast... Pew is going to cast Calfo. There is an exploding box trick or trap on this chest. And to be honest, you get about 10 gold pieces, so I'm gonna leave. Forget it. We don't need the damage. How is everybody? Okay, yes, so Grunt 1 did take a bit of damage, but he's only one down. He's only down by 1 hit point. I'm not going to worry about it till we take on more combat. Let's go back, and I'm going to show you that third floor. And we ain't staying there because it ain't good. Is this the way back? Yes. Okay, so I want to go in here. Again, let's just cross-reference with... We'll get We'll get the mage to cast that mapping spell again. Cast Dumapek. Right, so we are about to go round and round and round, and in the center is where there is a staircase going down. And there's even a room. We'll go into that little room there too. All right, out of here, out of here, out of here, out of there. Let's go through the door, up this little hallway. On the old Apple computer, this was like, you can imagine just line-drawn wireframe versions of this. So I had to do a lot of imagining in my head what I was encountering and what all this looked like. This Super NES version, this is very good. This gets across the same concept. Here's that little room. I think there'll be somebody inside here to fight. Yes. Oh, and they surprised me. Man in robes ran away. Okay. There is a chest because he ran away. Let's do Calfo on the chest. Pew. Oh, gas bomb. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. Again, not really worth it when you're this level. I've got lots of money, pretty good equipment. So yeah, we won't bother. So let's go down here. Now again, I'm not going to, but just for the sake of argument, we're now going around and around and around like you saw on the map. And finally, oops, I hit the wall. There is the staircase, the ladder, going down. I will say yes, just to indicate. Here is the third floor of the maze the maze. I will go forward. I've been down here, and my goodness, it is definitely a maze that will get me lost real quick. And I don't want to do that for a video. I've spent half an hour trying to get out of here before. You don't need to see that, so we'll go back up. Yeah, let's take these back up. No. All right, let's get out of here because I now want to show you the thing that I haven't done since the 80s. But I want to make sure. The interesting challenge of this particular Super NES port. Oh, we got an encounter. We meet a friendly group of weird humanoids. Well, my characters are good in alignment. You can see under class, it's Human G Fig. That means he's a human who is a good character. So I will not fight these weird humanoids. Since they are friendly, I will say leave. Thank you. As I was saying, this Super NES version, a downside, but it's also in a weird way a good challenge, is anything that happens in here is kind of permanent. You noticed Priest was dead back at Gilgamesh's tavern, or back in the town. Yeah, that's because, yes, we'll take the stairs up. That's because, and say no, this is that same level that we first entered at the beginning of this game. Yeah, I actually lost my first priest, and when he was dead, he was good and dead, and there was no way for me to, like, load a save file or anything. So being in this game is very dangerous. 5 scruffy men. Well, let's fight them. Okay, Burly, fight. Fighter 2, fight. Grunt 1, fight. Pew, why don't you cast your Dios on Grunt 1 to get him that last spell, that last hit point back. Cast it on Grunt. The thief can hide. And I will have the mage cast his sleep spell again. There's a bunch of other stuff here that's really, really powerful, but against these guys, I'm not gonna waste it. So you fall asleep. Fight. Man dead. Grunt is fully healed. The thief is hiding. The thief was found. And they're fleeing. And they're dead. And they're dead. There's nobody to actually make fall asleep anymore. Bunch of experience points, bunch of gold. Awesome. And how's everybody's hit points? Ooh, Fighter 2 took a bit. All right. Well, we're almost out of here. So there's the staircase that leads back up. Let's just, while we're here, inspect Pew. Have him cast Dios once again. And this time we'll just get Fighter 2 up. There we go. In fact, he needs one more hit point, but you know what? I'm actually going to not heal that because I want to show you something back at the town. So let's leave out of here. And let's go back to town. Yes. Because at least now I'm safe. So what you want to do when you get back to town is go to the Adventurer's Inn. And remember, Fighter 2 is not at full hit points. What I could do is have him stay in one of these kind of like a suite, an economy room, or a cot. And as long as you don't choose the free one, if you choose one that costs some money, you will get hit points back. So he'll give him, he's a tough guy. He can just get a cot for 10 gold piece a week. So we'll do that, and he will get his 1 hit point back. Boom. There we go. And he needs 2,000 to get to the next level. Okay. Also, while we're here, it's a good idea to have the magic users do some sleeping. So Pew, you have a sleep. That way you get your spell points back. You need a lot of experience points. And same with Mage. You also need to get your spell points back. And you need 6,000. Okay, cool. So in a nutshell, that's Wizardry, but I want to do something here that, again, I haven't done in a long time. Let's go to the edge of town. I want to switch game. I think change scenario. Yes, I tried doing this earlier when I first fired this game up, and it never went well. I'm going to change scenario, which means going from Wizardry 1, the Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, I now want to try Wizardry 2, the Legacy of what is that word? Any Welsh people watching, you must know how to pronounce that. I've never known, and I bought this. I bought the Legacy of Lil-Gammin? Is that how you say that? Probably not. I bought that in a computer game store, and I think it was about $40 in 1982, 83, which would be over $100 by today's value. And I thought to myself, because I got Wizardry 1 from accidentally off a floppy disk from a guy in school, and I thought, no, I liked the first game so much, I'm going to buy the second game. And it was tough as nails, and I never really played it. So, but how do you pronounce this? I happen to have a pronunciation guide here. Let's see. How do you pronounce Llylgamyn? Because I've never known the right way to say this. Let's see if I can find the little... I've got an app that'll play this for me here. So, prepare to actually know for the first time how to pronounce Llylgamyn. I think. Lil-Gammin. No, that's how I pronounce it. Where is the way to pronounce this? I think it's like Khlha-gham? I don't know. Hang on, let's try this. That was not the right way. L-L-Y-L. Yeah. Lil-Gammin. Oh no, I can't find it. Darn it. Okay, well, never mind. Somebody who's Welsh, please type it in the comments. How do you say that name? Because I've never known, and I can't find any pronunciations. Anyway, I'm going to play Legacy of Lil-Gammin for the first time in decades. Changing scenario. Now, I'm assuming... I can go to the tavern and... No! I can't add the same characters? What? No! Fail! Epic fail! Oh, that sucks! Because what I have to do... Dang it! If I go to the training grounds... This is where you can create characters, and I did, but they kept getting their butt kicked by the Llylgamyn, whatever you pronounce it, maze. So I thought, oh, I know. Here's me being all smart. I'll actually go to a high enough level in the training ground of the Overlord, the first scenario. Then I'll just move those characters over. But I don't think you can't. There's got to be a way. Come on. Restart an out party. What does that do? Ooh, okay. Hang on. Can we... No, wait. Those are my characters from before. Wait a minute. Grunt 1. Yeah, see, these characters have got no hit points at all, and they were getting their butts kicked all the time. This is Legacy of Llylgamyn, however you pronounce it. No, that's not it. Oops. Oh, man. How do we get out of here? Oh, there's all the moves. Well, darn it. Okay, yeah, this is not going to go well because this is the other group. Oh man. And as you can see, there's Grunt 1 and Grunt 3. Praise was my other guy. All right, you know what? While we're here, okay, let's get Praise. He's a priest. Can you do? Yeah, see, he's got no spells. Nothing worth beans. Oh man, you guys are gonna die. Well, for giggles, let's go through this now. You're gonna have to unfortunately bear with me because this guy does not have any of the spells for getting around here. Oops. But you see, yeah, I was finding with this game, I was getting killed real quick. And as you can see, all of these games are the kind of thing that you need to know what you're doing. You need to know where you're going. Actually, Blasto, hang on. The mage. Have you got Dumapic? You don't have Dumapic, okay. What about Blast 2? Do you have Dumapic? You do! Alright. Where are we at? Okay, so we need to go... How did I get down here? You know what? I'm going to leave it there. This video is long enough, and this has been a disappointment for me. I thought for sure I could bring my characters from the other game. When I said leave scenario or change scenario, I thought that meant I could take my characters from game 1 and have them now play this game, because these particular characters in this party, they're way too weak. They're going to die. I know that from experience, trust me. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Shoot. Oh well. Yep, I'm going to leave it there. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to play the Legacy of Llylgamyn the way that I had hoped with my higher level characters. But this was a real thrill. I have enjoyed playing the Training Ground of the Mad Overlord because I haven't played that since the 80s. And again, this Retroid, except for the occasional prompt to update the software, this Retroid is amazing that it provides those kinds of experiences. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the folks who make the Retroid. You've done an incredible job. You've delivered to me my childhood in a way that is super awesome. And I'm very, very pleased. Okay, enough of this. I'm going to stop here. So until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.